This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.
know the thing. They're dead and gone. What's wrong with you?
What?
Beetleborgs? Then VR Troopers? Seriously?
Hey, if a Kamen Rider shows up, I could. If a Kamen Rider shows up,
man, if you mention Kamen, if Kamen Rider pops up, I already know one fan of ours who is a die-hard Kamen Rider fan who's gonna love the hell out of that. Psycho Fox from Morphin Network, and we got Quasar Red. Welcome to a brand new episode of Ranger Podcast Live. And yeah, you're probably wondering, where's Dagger Boy? Dagger Boy had to take care of some family things, so I am in charge, as always, because we all know that, let's just face it, who runs the joint around here?
You do.
And I should, and I say this as I'm wearing a freaking Patriots shirt, and I already got enough. I already had enough crap when I wore this, and so it's like, wait a minute, Psycho, you're a Patriots fan? What? Aren't you from LA? Yes, I am. But look, when I started actually for real watching football, the Patriots were my team to go for. So I'm sorry, LA fans. I'm sorry. But the dream is dead. The Rams aren't going to get to the Super Bowl. But we're not talking about the Super Bowl right now because that's in February. We're talking about this brand new episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Tools to Betray. Now, Kent, thoughts before we get into it?
I think the episode could have been, like, the monster in this episode, like the scenario, they could have done something else than what they did. What do you think?
Oh, God. Oh, good. I'm not the only one who thought that. This is, okay, outside of my issues with the monster of the day and some of the other things, Ben and Betty were the highlights of this episode. And in a good way. In an actual good way. Because every episode where Ben and Betty, they're the comedic relief, okay? Let's just keep it 100. They're the comedic relief. And somehow they got a job at a multi-million-dollar government-funded corporation because they daddy's the general. But that's neither here nor there. They were the best part of the episode, and I actually do appreciate that. So
I'd say the best part, well, yeah, they were funny and entertaining. I'd say the best part was actually, I really enjoyed the fights in this episode and the new Megazord configuration. That was cool.
Yes. I completely forgot that Nate has his own Megazord that actually stands and walks and stuff. I completely forgot about that because I'm like, wait. When they introduced, I'm like, oh yeah, they already introduced. But let's get into it. So we open up the episode where they're training and they're doing something. I've been like, okay, how can the Rangers use their civilian abilities? Or no, I'd say not civilian abilities, cybernetic enhancements in real life. And they did by simply doing what I assume Nickelodeon would do, and in a good way, and Hasbro. We're going to bring in the Avatar. Because Devin training them reminded me of Toph's training in Avatar The Last Airbender, where she sensed people's movements and stuff, except the only thing was she was blind. They were blindfolded.
Yeah, that part reminded me. Just, I missed the part where Devin threw some boulders and said, called them twinkle toes.
No, they're in a gym. So Devin would have probably thrown a freaking a weight plate or something like that. He just takes a 45-pound plate and tosses it like a frisbee.
And they're like,
and someone gets concussed. Concussions are not a laughing matter, but in the sense of Power Rangers, where logic is completely defied, Devin throwing a 45-pound plate at someone like a Destructo disc from Dragon Ball would have probably been the best part of the whole episode.
Yeah, even better than would that have added points since no one got drop kicked.
Hey Hasbro, look, I appreciate this season, But I gotta have more drop kicks. Like cowbell, I gotta have more drop kicks. We need more drop kicks. Your first 5 episodes, Rangers are drop kicking monsters left and right. Can we please get back to the drop kicks, please? After they finished their training, and they actually did pretty well fighting Devin 2-on-1. Betty and Ben come in, and apparently Devin saved up all his money to get the most powerful VR headset in the entire world.
We are VR. Sorry. Had to.
And I'm over here like, so actually, no. I'm gonna leave my complaint about that in a minute because there's one specific reason why I might complain about it. So he's gonna try this thing on. Go ahead.
As a minor side note, I like to think, since this is a virtual reality helmet, I like to think that Billy's younger brother Willie from the iGuy episode, all the way back in season 1, I like to think he went on to create virtual reality helmets. So
just keep making everything canon. Everything at this point is canon and continuity. So you know what, Willie? Hey, Willie. We're gonna thank you for that. All right, good job. As he's gonna try this on, Group Outforce calls. We got some. The Tronics are attacking one of these sectors. Steel and Nate are fighting them, and they need your help. And Nate's like, "I cool." Not Nate. Devin's like, "I cool." Hey, yo, hold my VR headset. Don't let anything stupid happen to it. We'll be right back. We go fight some crime.
Mm-hmm. And something stupid happened.
Betty puts on the headset, and here's my thing: if you're wearing VR headsets, sit down. Like, isn't rocket science? Sit down, please.
Insert that scene from the Craig Craig movie where everyone's going.
And the Rangers go and fight the Dronics while Blaze comes up with an idea to grab more energy and grab more information about the grid, their animal genetic enhancement DNA. Mm-hmm. And you can take it from here, Nate. Nate, you can take it from here, Kent.
Blaze gets ready to make another Gigadrone or another monster, and Devin manages to break the laptop that they use, and Blaze is just he has no way to make it now, so he withdraws. I thought for a moment he was just gonna leave it there, it's just gonna be like, it's like, are you being stupid? But then it actually does teleport away with him. So they think, since they have a little bit of time to work on a new project, since the bad guys don't have a way to make any more monsters. So that's what they believe. And Nate creates an invention that will allow them to detect Gigadrones right when they teleport into the city. And my thought was, I feel this idea should have been done like maybe episode 3.
No, episode 1.
Well,
actually, no. Episode 3.
Yeah, because, episode 2, the Gigadrone shows up, like they had no way of detecting it, and so then they summon the Zords. Episode 3, they set up the devices. But anyway, they decide to put them up all around the city, kind of reminiscent of the in Samurai. They had a similar thing where they set up little discs all over the city.
I watched Samurai, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. But they were going to set him up. Oh, and Zoe takes the rep for Ben and Betty's little accident, and she claims that she broke it, and Nate, they thinking Devin's going to be so mad at us when he realizes we've broken it, and she's just like, no, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And
I'll take the hit. I'll take the heat. Okay, don't worry, he won't be mad at me. Right, because I get things done.
Right. I do like the fact that, Ben and Betty tried to stop her. They're not just like, oh, yeah, she totally did it. But anyway.
Anyways, I will say this before we continue. If you're wondering why I was laughing and groaning at the same time, so Blaze was able to teleport an inanimate object off the field when it was broke.
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me that Blaze and Evox have that type of technology in the digital world. Yeah, you mean to tell me you could teleport Jax out of the vicinity during that Best Friends episode where they got the disc and they put it in Jax's body? You mean to tell me that Grid Battle Force, once again, multi-million-dollar government-funded organization, not corporation, organization, couldn't teleport an inanimate object out the field?
Right. Or, they couldn't have just simply used the holograms to, make it look like Jax was out in the open. They had to willingly put him in danger. But
multi-million-dollar funded organization, and they couldn't teleport an animate object out the field.
Right.
Jesus. Okay. So
hopefully by season 2 this will be fixed, but we'll see. They can teleport Nate Zord out of the Zord Bay, yet they can't. Oh boy.
All right. Okay. We like this episode, but geez, the content. Look, I know Ryan likes to tell me, like, don't worry about it. They'll fix it in the next episode. Ryan, if you're listening to this, that episode, that was 4 episodes ago, roughly 4 episodes ago. And on top of that, was earlier this year. They have not fixed it, bro. Avatar Roxy, right? Avatar yes. Roxy decides, hey, look, I got an idea. You're able to reassemble this laptop. Let's make a monster that can disassemble things in the field. So Roxy has all the Rangers actually go out and they set up the surveillance stuff for to make sure when they hear when the gate drone comes in they're alerted and stuff, which is actually really smart. I will say this right now. This episode and last episode I really enjoyed over the fact that you have Rangers that are going out in the field and not morphed to actually get things done, and I actually like that. I like that a lot. I like how they're incorporating the fact that, they're a team. Yeah, they're Power Rangers. They can boop, knock people out all day, but they still got a job to do, and I like that.
Kind of like the Lightspeed Rangers, how they didn't just, fight monsters. They actually rescued citizens.
They rescued citizens. They did training. Same with the SPD Rangers. They did stakeouts. They did training. They did recon and stuff like that. I like that. I like when Rangers do that. And I do appreciate the fact that Hasbro is actually bringing us back to those times, because keep in mind, they're not really teenagers. Yes, they're probably like maybe 19, maybe a couple of them are 20, maybe Nate's probably the youngest. Maybe he's like 16, 17 years old. I mean, he is a prodigy. He's going to be like Dr. K. I'm surprised he hasn't lost his sanity yet and made another virus. Avatar Roxy, make sure, not real life Roxy. We're talking about Avatar Roxy that wears an all black and is evil because she actually works with the other team. She decides to make the monster of the day, which is this ratchet. I don't, and I'm over here like, you have a laptop and a key to make anything. You're on your laptop is sitting on a 4x4 Ford. Was it a Ford pickup truck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because Ford was not sponsoring Power Rangers this episode. Your laptop is on a 4x4,
and you use it to make.
Go ahead.
You're using a wrench. Yeah.
Your laptop is on a 4x4.
Well, I'll take it now.
No, I'm not even done, because this goes into my complaint about the headset. The most powerful thing. How much money did you have saved up for it, Devin? Because what it looks like those stupid Samsung VR headsets that you put your phone on and stuff like that. Like, I'm over here like, bro, I can get that for like $50 at a home goods store or Big Lots. How much money, Devin, did you spend on that headset, on that VR headset? Because last time I checked, the most expensive VR headset that's still affordable is the HTC Vive. And that damn thing costs almost $500.
It's the new drone, the new monster, out of a wrench, and she says, aim, disassemble the Yellow Ranger's morpher. Zoe showed up right when Eddie got their drone detector put in, and she misses, and then the monster misses, and Roxy's just like, aim for her, you tool. Which that part was really
funny. That
Yes,
was kind of
that
funny.
was.
That was kind of funny.
Also, minor set. Now, this is my bit I forgot to mention earlier. So we talked about how Steele was the king, was pretty much, gave the sarcastic answer, right?
Yes.
This episode, he kind of asked the dumb question, though. Nate says, these are Gigadrone detectors. And he's like, what do they do?
I think he meant that in a sarcastic way, in my opinion.
I don't know. It sounded like too casual, it didn't sound sarcastic enough. I was just expecting B. Arthur to say, we hook them up and they make waffles.
That would be funny. That would have been funny.
Anyway, so back to the stuff. So they think that all the devices but the Gigadrone detectors are all up and working, but it turns out that since the monster hit the one Blaze and Ben and Betty were working on, and it was disassembled, and so, it makes it look like they didn't even put theirs together, and that they were just goofing off, and then Devin even starts to realize, hey, were you really the one who were you guys really the ones to break my headset earlier? And so the truth comes out. They say what really happened, and Devin gets a little mad, I don't know why, but this feels a bit out of character for him to get.
Well, no, it doesn't. You want to know why? Because of the fact that he's a gamer.
Well, yeah, get mad about that, but I don't know, I think if this episode was based around Ravi, maybe. Well, wait. What I was trying to say was, he says, why should I believe, you guys actually set up the Gigadrone detector, and you broke even though you lied about breaking my helmet. I was like, because the Gigadrone detector is meant to save the city. Your helmet.
And the Gigadrone detector is more important than this Dollar Tree Samsung VR headset that you got, that you swear you saved your entire allowance for. I'm over here like, bro, aren't you in your teens? Isn't Grid Battle Force paying you?
Oh no, it's actually, given how SPD's budget was so bad they had to go get drinks at Piggy's. Maybe Grid Battle Force has a similar.
Honestly, I defend Devin almost every single time. I have to agree with you on that. It was a little bit out of character. This was, and I am saying this because it's part of one of my favorite Kevin Smith movies of all time. This is nothing but pure, unadulterated Black Rage! If you've never seen Chasing Amy, people, go watch it. Anyways, they go back to where it was, and they fix up the Gigadrone detector. Zoe's mad, so she has to go. She wants to cool off, even though Jack's like, hey, come on. Look, I believe you, but you know what? Maybe you didn't have to lie. Maybe you didn't have to lie about breaking the headset and stuff. I understand you want to take the heat because it's your friends and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, maybe Devin's right about, lying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, Jax, I need time. Okay. I'm also over here before we get into the next fight. So they have a surveillance camera. Does Grid Battle Force not know how to rewind surveillance cameras?
Oh yeah, you think. Maybe they should have checked the footage, to see that Ben and Betty's storage. Nate should have, said, I just realized that, he should have, checked the footage to see if Ben and Betty.
If we continue to cut away on this episode, we're gonna be here all day. So we get to the fight.
So they get yes. Blaze and not Blaze and Roxy, has her monster, attack the guy Rangers, and he manages to disassemble their weapons. Another cutaway, they disassembled Steele and Nate's morphers. Shouldn't they be powerless now? But
no, it was just the blasters. It's okay.
Wait, their morphers.
No, the keys though. Forgot the keys.
Right,
Because keep
okay.
in mind, not Roxy. Zoe had her key when her thing got disassembled.
And she gets ready to disassemble Steel, and then Ravi manages to, like they manage to deflect it, and then they hits the Gigadrone, and they're like, oh my gosh, their story really does check out, So, so they just Roxy sends the the drone to attack Zoe, while she, says she'll handle them, and like, they barely do one move on her, and she's just like, I'm out. Yeah, so she withdraws. They go. They realize, the drone will be after um, Zoe, so they go off. The drone's already found her and already disassembled her morpher. Anyway, what happened?
Anyways, you know what I find really funny is that when I saw that part, okay, tell me why the first thing that came on my mind was psych. It's like, I'll take care of psych. There's some that I want to say, but because apparently we're kid friendly and stuff, I can't really say it. But let's just say psych snitch. I gotcha. Bah.
I kind of thought it reminded me of Phasma from the new Star Wars. How she's like says, you must be a firm warrior, and then the second she's held hostage, she's just like, here's the shields, deactivate. Okay, don't hurt me. Oh anyway, Zoe's morpher's been disassembled, and the Rangers show up, and then Jack shows up, with some new morphers and some new new devices that allow them to call. And so, Zoe's able to, and they manage to get the blaster away from the monster and destroy it, so he can no longer disassemble their weapons.
I knew you were gonna make that Doctor Who reference. I knew it. Was it Doctor Who? No, it wasn't.
It was Short
Circuit.
No.
It was Short Circuit. Johnny number 5.
I just really thought of that now. No, disassemble.
Disassemble. Reassemble. Why is he reassembling? Short Circuit 2 is still a lit movie, though. Mm-hmm. Johnny number 5 was legit about to go John Rambo on people.
Yes. Short Circuit, awesome films.
So they fight. Which I find it funny now. So you mean to tell me Grid Battle Force just has morphers already assembled, already like in stock, just in case a Ranger breaks it?
Well, then again, remember, Grid Battle Force, big organization, kind of like how SPD was a big organization, and when Bridges' morpher was broken, Rick just shows up and is like, here's a new one. He's like, good. And so they can.
True.
Yeah. And plus, they had disposable morphers, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
anyways, so they fought. So they beat the monster. On Skronix, Skrozel. I can't say Skronix. Skrozel takes the thing that was reading their DNA and stuff like that, because Zoe did use her Jackrabbit DNA, and she takes it back to Evox, and then mobilizes a brand new Gigadrone that actually multiplies into 2 forms.
That was creepy, the thing coming out.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was both creepy and cool, and plus the fact that they're just like, it's separated. So they bring out their Zords, and it was a really cool battle.
They got their butts handed to until Steel was like, "Yo, this Megazord idea that you have, let's took it to the test, right?" And then so they make the Striker Megazord, which I understand once again, people. Nate's Zord's supposed to be a Rhino, and yet they use a Mantis. Big bad Beetles!
Beetles everywhere! Catch those villains if you dare.
So the Striker Megazord was formed. It looks really, really dope. I like a Megazord that carries blasters, like the Delta Runner Megazord and stuff. They take out both Gigadrones, and the the Beast Morpher X Megazord doing a curb stomp on one of the Gigadrones is one of the best parts of the entire episode because it's like hyper kick, dude. That's not a kick. That was a stomp. He just curb stomped that damn Gigadrone. And in the end of the episode, Devin apologized to Zoe. Hey, look, I overreacted. I understand you were trying to look out for Ben and Betty. I acted way out of line when I yelled at you. Can you forgive me? She's like, can you forgive me? And it's like, they make up. We're good friends, right? Something tells me Devin might hook up with Zoe at the end of the show, though. Anyways, so
sorry, nothing. Never mind.
I mean, I mean, I don't think they actually no, because if that happens, Nate's gonna be like, "Hey, yo, that's my girl. What you doing?" So never mind. He's like, keep forgetting. Nate likes Zoe, and don't get me wrong, I'm all up for Devin trying to find his love interest, but I don't want him to take Zoe. Ben and Betty fixed the VR headset, and somehow Devin falls for the exact same stuff where it's like, oh my God, it's a shark, run! And he almost dies. He almost breaks his neck, and Betty and Ben save the VR headset, which again,
that was cool.
Devin, you've been saving your money for God knows how long on the Samsung VR headset. You're a gamer. You should know better to be playing a VR headset in public and not sit down.
Right, exactly.
The idiocracy in this episode, I cannot get past that. Oh my God. Anyways, well, that's the episode. No set for the next episode. It's not like Evox and Scrozzle or set up a new plan because we're gonna find out in the next episode. So yeah, it just ends with Devin almost breaking his damn neck. So that happened. Anyways, so Ken, I'm gonna give you the floor. Positives and negatives. What's your score? Go ahead.
Positives, good action. It had some entertaining bits. Negatives, I feel like the monster of this episode, like, it could have been used for a much bigger episode, which, like, you have a monster that can disassemble their weapons, maybe even disassemble their Zords.
And their Morphers.
I feel like that's a setup for, like, a pretty big, story, maybe even a two-parter, but it's just, it is a bit simple how they fix it, it's just like, our morphers are broken. Here's new ones. Our weapons are gone. Here's new ones. And
some new ones.
Yeah. So I think I'd probably give this. It was definitely more like entertaining during like my third rewatch, but I probably might give it like a 7. Good. It was entertaining. Just I think, like I said, there was a setup for an even bigger situation and. Like, this was kind of like back in Ninja Steel, when there was, teaching life lessons then all the time,
Right.
It's like, take out something interesting. Like I said, I love Ninja Steel. Well, enjoyed it. And, take out something interesting and replace it with a life lesson, So, where do you take it? Or give it?
My positives, again, I like Betty and Ben in this episode. I really do. I do think that the continuity that they bring up is great. And I like the fact that the Rangers are doing stuff outside being Rangers and stuff. Like they're setting up things, even though, we gripe about the fact that the Gigadrome transmitter should have been made after episode 3, but that's a different story for another time. We can't all have winners. And I really did like the opening of the episode where they're actually learning how to use their enhanced DNA and genetically altered DNA abilities to for civilian for attacks, because like Zoe was able to use hers while fighting the freaking monster of the day. And obviously the Strike Force Megazord. Was the Striker Megazord or Strike Force Megazord?
I forgot.
The Striker Megazord.
Nice.
The Striker Megazord was pretty dope. I really liked that.
So continue negatives.
So, okay. Now this is where I'm going to nitpick, and I know that I'm probably gonna get some crap on in the YouTube comments, but I'm for it. Okay. Devin, how much did you spend on that damn headset, because that is a Samsung headset. That's a Samsung VR headset, and I guarantee you, bro, that damn thing costs at least $40-$50 at Big Lots, give or take. Okay, number one. Number two, Roxy, Avatar Roxy, you have a computer that can make anything into a monster. You make a wrench out of a monster. Why not use the 2019 Ford 4x4 pickup truck that's not sponsored by, that was not the sponsor of today's episode of Power Rangers, and make a monster out of that?
Yeah, well, technically, they didn't have 2009 Fords back in 2012 when Go Busters was airing, so.
It don't matter what year it is. It's still a Ford 4x4 pickup truck. Make a monster out of that! Number three. I know I wasn't going to talk about, but the kick drone thing. I mean, obviously, we both have gripes about that. Okay? That's all right, number three. Number four, anyone who's a gamer knows not to wear a VR headset in public, and if you are, sit your ass down.
Right, okay? Exactly.
And last, but certainly not least, Devin, bro, he kind of blew up, okay? And it was out of character. And I'm over here like, bro, you're getting mad about like what? So you broke my headset. What should I believe? I'm like, because why would they lie about putting together a machine that's gonna save the city from getting demolished?
Exactly. That was what I forgot to mention. That was my negative too. You know, again, Devin, this is the thing that's supposed to protect everyone in Pearl Harbor. This is something used to entertain yourself. I think, you know, do you think they have bad priorities or something?
Like, dude, look, you can buy, I don't know how much money you get, but you can get another headset. You can't get another city if Evox demolishes it. You know how much money it's going to cost to completely revamp the city again?
I think Prometheus would have their work cut out for them.
And this is another nitpick. Blaze was able to teleport a broken laptop and an inanimate object out of the battlefield. Yeah, Grid Battle Force couldn't do that with Jax in the other episode. Yeah, you in the power. This is Power Morphicon 2020. Any questions? Yeah, you in the back. Yeah, hi, Psycho Fox Morphin Network. How come y'all didn't have the money to teleport an inanimate object out while the bad guys teleport an inanimate object out? You're a government-funded organization fighting evil. Why?
Or why is it that you can teleport, you know, a giant Zord out and not be able to teleport your Rangers out?
7 out of 10. I don't want to keep going because I'm gonna nitpick the heck out of this episode. I enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna say it again. It was better than the season premiere that came out 2 weeks ago. Okay, let's keep it 100 on that. But just me personally nitpicking, I have to, because those are the things I'm like, I see the little details that they leave out and stuff. So it's the part where we're like, hey, YouTube, what's up? Look, we understand, you know, you want to say something? Go ahead. Hit us up in the comment section. We'll be reading some of the Facebook comments from our live stream. Now, if you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe 3 times. That's a triple, and like our sub 3 times. It's a triple like. Help us out. All right. And with that being said, let's start reading. So we got boy Monty. Hello there, Monty. How you doing?
Hey, Monty.
Neil Johnson. Leonard Rage. Okay, look, it's not really rage. I have yet to take my camera out of its position and do a complete zoom in. I have not done that. It's not. You'll know when it's rage time. You will know. You will know when I'm going to rage. And then another one. I like the debut of the Striker Megazord.
Yeah,
I liked it too. And this actually brings up a question I want to ask you real quick, Quasar. What do you think is one of the best debuts to a secondary Megazord?
That's a hard one, actually. I think, does it have to be 6 Rangers or just...
It could be any. It could be any. I will go ahead and say the Time Shadow Megazord from Time Force is one of my favorite debuts because it reminded me of it just looked like Akuma just pulling Shingoku Satsu on the monster, and I really like that. So
My favorite intro to secondary Megazords is a tie between Super Zeo's intro because it's fighting King Mott, the main villain of the series, and it annihilated him and just split him in half. And of course,
brings the swords together, which is the coolest part.
And maybe the Super Trains intro because that combined sequence is just awesome. It goes flying up in the air, combines, and then the monsters are just like this, and he's just like, "What you gonna do?"
And I think this is the end of this week's episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers and Ranger Podcast Live, and we'll be back next week. Closing remarks, Kent, before we head off. Go ahead.
I think there's an episode coming up in Beast Morphers that looks pretty interesting, though I can't say why.
Yes, because you already watched it. I'm gonna watch it later on. My closing comment is it is now officially October. So yeah, I know everyone's been waiting for October. So good on you guys. October's finally here. If you are in the Los Angeles area, please stay safe and stay hydrated because of the fact that it's not hot, but everyone's allergies are starting to act up. Me included. So make sure you drink plenty of water, plenty of Gatorade, and make sure you take your allergy meds, not your over-the-counter allergy meds. So, with that being said, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So if you haven't yet, be sure to follow us on Facebook.com/MorphinNet. Follow us on our Morphin Network page on Facebook. You can also find us on our Twitter and Instagram page at MorphinNet. And you can follow us on our YouTube page, Morphin Network. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs, people. Also, so help us out. If we can get to 1,000 subs at the end of this year, that'd be hella dope. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheReckless_Fox. You can find me on my YouTube page, Reckless_Fox. Shouts to the 200 subs that I have on there. Greatly appreciate you all. And you can find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. Also, throughout the month of October, I will be streaming nothing but horror games on my Twitch channel. So Resident Evil, Fatal Frame, the Left 4 Dead 2, The Evil Within, any horror game you can think of, I'm probably going to be streaming it. So I will be streaming. If you're watching the pre-recording now, I'm playing these now, and I should be playing Resident Evil tonight. Not sure, but until then, that's pretty much it. Quasar, where can I find you?
You can find me in the Lost Galaxy. Anyway, now you can find me on Instagram, Brown_K, my regular Facebook page, and I might be doing something that involves this thing at some point. We'll just have to see.
All right, then. Well, that being said, thank you guys very much. This is Morphin Network. This is Ranger Podcast Live. We're signing out. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Hey, and be amazing. Yes, do not tell Mason Lucas I did that, but be amazing, people. Bye.
Catch you later.
We are. We are.
Skugs.